The top 4 ways to calm your high blood pressure in just 5 minutes. Now, if you suffer with high blood pressure, which I know many of you do, because you've taken the time to watch this video today, then I want to show you how you can calm down a high blood pressure reading in just 5 minutes, because these are very simple techniques that anyone can use and they will work for anyone. Okay? So it doesn't matter whether you're young or you're old, it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter what your race is, these techniques will work for anyone. So let's jump straight into the first one, which is deep breathing. Now, when it comes to high blood pressure, we call this a hypertensive crisis. And what happens is your body goes into fight or flight mode and it keeps your blood pressure higher than it should be. So the first thing I want you to do is to actually take some deep breaths, nice and slow. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And this is going to help your nervous system to switch off that fight or flight response so that your blood pressure can come back down to normal. And just to prove this point, I'm going to show you some scientific evidence right now. So here we have a study called Blood Pressure and Breathing, where they took 349 adults with hypertension and they split them into 2 groups. One group were taught how to breathe deeply, while the other group were taught nothing. And at the end of the study, the group that learned deep breathing had lower blood pressure than the control group. So I want you to start using deep breathing as a way of bringing your blood pressure down. But remember, this is only going to work if you practice it regularly. So make sure you practice your deep breathing every day. If you're finding this information helpful at all, please hit the like button because that tells me you want to see more videos like this. Let's jump straight into the second tip, which is progressive muscle relaxation. So what you need to do is tense up all the muscles in your body, squeeze them, tense them up for about 5 seconds, and then let them go. And by doing this, you're going to release all the tension in your body, because stress and muscle tension are closely linked together. So when you're stressed out, your muscles become tense, and when your muscles are tense, you're more likely to have a high blood pressure reading. And again, I'm going to show you some scientific evidence. So here we have a study called Biofeedback, Blood Pressure and Muscle Tension in Hypertension. And what they did is they took 60 people with hypertension and they taught them how to control their muscle tension. And they found that those people who could control their muscle tension also had lower blood pressure readings. So if you want to calm down your blood pressure, then try progressive muscle relaxation and do it regularly. The third way to calm your blood pressure down in just 5 minutes is exercise. But remember, it has to be the right kind of exercise. What you do not want to do is heavy weightlifting, because that's going to increase your blood pressure even further. You want to do low-intensity exercise such as walking. Now, walking is a very powerful medicine because it helps to reduce both your heart rate and your blood pressure, and there's loads of scientific studies to prove this. So here's one called Effects of Walking on Blood Pressure. They took 252 people with hypertension, and they got them to walk for about 40 minutes at a good pace. And they found that those people who walked regularly had a significantly lower blood pressure than those people who didn't. Now, I wouldn't suggest that you go for a 40-minute walk every day, because that might not be realistic for most people. So what I would suggest is a few short bursts of activity throughout the day. For example, if you're working at a desk all day, then get up from your desk every 30 minutes, walk around your office, go up and down the stairs. If you don't have stairs in your office, then just walk up and down the corridor. Or another thing you could do is stand up every half an hour and do some marching on the spot. Just get your body moving, because this is going to help to stimulate blood flow and improve the function of your cardiovascular system. And another bonus of exercising is that it helps to reduce stress hormones like cortisol. And we know that high levels of cortisol can cause high blood pressure. So if you want to calm down your blood pressure in just 5 minutes, then try a little bit of low-intensity exercise. The fourth way to calm your blood pressure down is something called carotid massage. It's a really simple technique that you can do on yourself at home. And all you need to do is place a firm but gentle pressure on your neck on either side of your carotid artery, the one on the right, the one on the left. And you do this for about 5 minutes. And what this does is it sends signals to your brain stem, which lowers your heart rate and your blood pressure. And there's lots of studies to prove this. So here's one called carotid sinus massage in hypertensive emergencies. They took 18 people with a hypertensive crisis, and they used carotid massage to treat them, and they found that it was very effective in bringing down their blood pressure. So if you have high blood pressure, then consider using carotid massage to calm it down. But there are certain contraindications, okay, when you shouldn't use carotid massage. So you shouldn't use it if you have severe aortic stenosis, that's a heart condition, or if you have an allergy to massage, or if you have very dry skin, because if you have dry skin, you could actually damage your carotid artery. So you need to moisturize your neck before doing this technique. And also, you should never ever massage both sides of your neck at the same time. Only do one side at a time. And start off with a low-intensity massage, and then you can build up the pressure as you go along. And it's important to use the correct technique because if you put too much pressure on your carotid artery, you can actually cause injury to that area, which could lead to complications further down the line. So please make sure you use the correct technique. And remember, don't do both sides at the same time. Now, if you want to learn the exact technique of how to do a carotid massage, then I've made a full video on it already. So click the link in the description below and check it out. And finally, let me tell you about something called cold water immersion. So what you need to do is immerse your face in some cold water for about 30 seconds, or you could just take a cold water shower. And this is going to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is part of your nervous system that calms everything down, including your blood pressure. There's even a medical procedure called cold water immersion therapy for hypertension, where they use it to treat people with resistant hypertension. That's a type of high blood pressure that doesn't respond to medication, and the results are quite amazing. So here's a study called Cold Water Immersion and Blood Pressure. They took 18 people with hypertension, and they got them to immerse themselves in cold water for 30 minutes, and they found that it lowered their blood pressure significantly. And another study called Cold Water Showering for Hypertension got 107 people with pre-hypertension and hypertension, and they split them into two groups. One group had to take cold water showers every day, while the other group had warm water showers. And after 4 weeks, the cold water group had significantly lower blood pressure than the warm water group. So if you want to calm your blood pressure down in just 5 minutes, then try cold water immersion or cold water showering. Okay. So those are my 4 tips on how to calm your blood pressure down in just 5 minutes. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button because that tells me you want to see more videos like this. And if you'd like to learn more about lowering your blood pressure naturally, then why not check out this playlist right here. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.